Eric. You're on with Craig. Craig, Eric.
Hi, Craig. Nice to meet you.
Eric, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you, sir. Very, very well.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, man.
All right, and I'm gonna get right to it. And I look forward to your show in Copenhagen.
Oh, thank you, man. I'm looking forward to getting on it too.
All right. So the first question that came to my mind was, do you have a favorite stage of your career? Like, because when you've had the longevity that you've had, I could imagine that you could break it down to different stages. So just wanted to ask you, do you have a favorite stage of your career?
Yeah, to be honest, I'd say now, to be honest. I mean, like, I've been able to reinvent myself in a lot of ways and to now be in a situation where I've got new fans who are just discovering my music and people who've been with me since day one.
Yeah.
And then also to introduce TS5, which is a new kind of performance from me, which I just feel like now is a really exciting time because it's breaking new ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the show you mentioned, the type of show you mentioned, you got to do it at Glastonbury as well, right?
Yeah, which is incredible to see it from 100 people in my home in Miami when it started off as house party to seeing like nearly 100,000 people like going crazy at Glastonbury. So yeah, it's great.
And then I was just wondering about this stage in your career as well. You've collaborated with J.P. Cooper and LMA, and I was just wondering if you take any pride in being the veteran in the game from that standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's an honor to be able to perform music for as long as I have so far, and to be able to work with artists that were on the come up and then see them break in the way they did, and especially as you said, working with J.P. Cooper and then seeing LMA working with her just before she had her breakout song with Boot Up, and for me, I relish those moments because I think it's incredible to work with the up and coming artists as opposed to just established artists because you already established yourself. But yeah, it's been a really good journey so far.
Yeah, and about established artists, you had the iconic moment with Sting, and I just wanted to ask you if you had any favorite memories from the time working with him on Rise and Fall.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like it was my second album, Thicker Than Your Average, and I was only 18 years old, so to have used the guitar riff to Shape My Heart, Sting, and then to write a new melody over it, and to actually have him accept allowing me to use the sample, and then to come in and to record the song with me, and to be in the video. I mean, I can remember being in the studio and just watching him sing the new melody I'd written, and I was just like, oh, thinking, this is Sting. This is the legend Sting. He's singing the words that I'd written to the song. It was an incredible moment, and that song for me is definitely one of my favorite songs. It told a really poignant story, I guess, like over the course of my career.
Yeah, another one of my favorites from that album is Hidden Agenda as well. Always loved that.
You're bringing back some good memories, man. Love that.
And then after that, you did The Story Goes, and I just remember it coming out when I was in high school and having some fond memories of All the Way. And I wanted to ask you, did you have any favorites from that particular album, the one that came after Slicker Than Your Average?
Yeah, I mean, All the Way I really enjoyed. Let Her Go, which is a song like my grandma had passed away, and I wrote a song that was for my mum to help her get through that grieving stage, which I felt was a very poignant song on the album. Johnny, talking about bullying, which was an important song which I felt people related to. And then one of my favorites on the record actually was a song called well, Don't Let actually no, it's probably Separate Ways, funny enough. But then I think there's this vibe on that, and it wasn't an album tune, but it just hit in the right spot. Yeah, big tune.
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Like the ones that aren't the singles can have a special place in your heart anyway. I can imagine.
I think maybe also because you don't Yeah, but I love that you picked out Hidden Agenda from the first album. Happy Story Roses.
Yeah,
Affiliation with that album.
yeah, and Hidden Agenda had the iconic music video as well. I always remember that one.
Love that, bro. Yeah, I was driving the old Mercedes SL in that video. Like, I remember it clearly.
And then I just wanted to ask you, as someone who prides myself on work ethic, how do you stay excellent at anything for 20 years? Or maybe longer than 20 years, but 20 years of releasing studio albums?
Well, I mean, I guess because, I do this, it's as much when people say to have a hobby away from whatever they're doing as their main profession.
Yeah.
My hobby ends up being music, so I'm living my dream, and to know that I'm able to write songs and to see them to turn into fruition, and then seeing them manifest in me on stage, singing the songs, and people singing the words back, and you having like your own experience with certain albums, certain songs that we haven't met before, but we're connecting now over the music. For me, it's like, wow, I'm still in awe of that. People do that, so long may that continue. And it always feels new. That's the thing I'd say. It always feels new.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be able to reinvent yourself.
Yeah, I think you know what, I think it's one of those things that if you want longevity and to be relevant with longevity, as opposed to being more of a nostalgia kind of artist, you have to be prepared to say thank you for the wonderful accolades and everything that went on at a certain period in your life, and be able to humble yourself and start from zero and be the newcomer again. You're going to have to try new things and work with new artists, but if you do it right, it's very, very successful, because then people, a 16-year-old kid starts to listen to you now, like you're relevant now, as opposed to something they heard their older brother or sister play from back in the day, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Would you rather perform songs from Born to Do It or from The Time Is Now, or is it somewhere in the middle? Or
I'll perform all of them, man. When people come up to me and they say, "Oh, my favorite song is," let's say, 7 Days,
yeah,
and then someone else will be, "Oh no, my favorite song is I Know You," with Bastille that we released not too long ago.
yeah,
But for me, I kind of love them equally. I don't have this thing where a lot of artists who've been doing this for a long time, they want everyone to hear their new music, and they kind of sometimes stray away from their older music because I want you to hear my new album, I want you to hear my new stuff, I want you to. But I hear it all equally. I'm like, if you want to hear Walking Away in 7 Days, fill me in, cool. If you want to hear Nothing Like This, I Know You, or Heartline, then I'll give you that too, you know. It's a good vibe. But
and don't forget Rendezvous.
and Rendezvous, jeez, and All the Way, Hidden Agenda, it's a good vibe.
So I wanted to ask you again, as someone with a lot of success and accolades, how do you celebrate a big accomplishment?
So say that one more time.
How do you celebrate a big accomplishment?
I feel like now more than so than ever, because sometimes I didn't like celebrate, and I was just so everything was going so fast that I was just like didn't have time to really take in what was going on. But now I really make an effort to make sure that I slow down and appreciate whatever it may be that's just happened.
Yeah.
That either I go and enjoy a meal with friends, or do something that's a social activity, more so than just buying things, but a social activity to enjoy that moment, because otherwise they become very fleeting, and you end up not appreciating the moment of the magnitude of it, and you're looking for the next thing, and then you're looking for the next thing, you're looking for the next. So I'm like, let's celebrate this, and however it may be. It might not be something big, like let's do a movie night around the house, and we'll watch a movie, and we'll just celebrate together and have a big piece of cake or whatever. Something simple, but definitely to remember the moment.
Yeah, with fear of missing out being such a big thing these days, it's nice to hear of someone who can stay in the moment when something like that happens.
Yeah, man, it's important, bro. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
It's always appreciate the moment, the journey, the actual destination. If you can enjoy the journey, then wherever you get to, that's cool, but you know it's not the be-all and end-all.
Because every step in the process meant something, and even if you didn't get the result you wanted at that point in time, it might come back and be very beneficial later on.
100%, you know, bro, exactly. Always, life play, funny things that things will school you years later on, you didn't even know at the time, and then you'll meet someone and you'll be thinking, wow, you're looking for that, I don't know, you're looking for a special person, and you'll find the person with you all the time, you didn't even look to see that they were there.
Yeah, exactly. Then wanted to ask you, what's your favorite thing about a European crowd? Because I know you've spent some time in Miami and the States as well.
I mean, what I love is the obviously connection between where it started, success from the UK, then it travelled out to the rest of Europe. So it was almost the initial impact on my music was very European based. Then when I went to America and so and there for music to connect. So I'd say that having grown up predominantly, or grown up in the UK, but predominantly touring more so in Europe than I did when I was going to America, is that the different cultures and the different nuances of the music I felt kind of grew up listening to and being inspired by. So when I now go with my music to Copenhagen to go perform,
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably, so I don't feel like there's a disengaged, like culturally there'll be some things different, but the music seems to be very in line, like there's people who will really know the UK scene as well as knowing the US scene.
Yeah.
Whereas when I go to America per se, it seems to be very US based, like what's happening in the US is what's happening in the US, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Then I wanted to share something with you. And that is that I'm a mental health advocate and mental health survivor, I like to say.
Oh, brilliant.
And so I've actually written a theatrical play about suicide prevention where I used the song Passport Home by J.P. Cooper at the end.
Oh man, loved it.
And I just wanted to ask if I could get you to read a sentence from one of my mental health promotion poems.
Give me the sentence, man.
Oh, okay. You ready? I'll give it to you bit by bit, then I'm just gonna edit it if that's okay with you.
Yeah, go.
Okay. And you were up in university?
Say that again?
And you were up in university?
And you were up in university?
On medicine that could hold down Hercules?
On medicine that could hold down Hercules?
That had you sleeping so much in class?
Had you sleeping so much in class?
But you still lived your dreams?
But you still lived your dreams?
That's it.
Beautiful, man. Listen, I've got to say, like, the beauty of what you're doing coming through any type of mental health.
Yeah.
To be able to come through and then use it as a positive means for others. I applaud you, man, because we need more people who are sharing their story.
Thank you so much. I never thought.
So I appreciate that.
I never thought when I was in the mental hospital that I'd be talking to Craig David one day. So.
Listen, man, and that's down to you, my man. Like everything you've done has put you to be on the other end of the phone, and for me to be here speaking to you. So, like I said, nothing but respect for you, my man. And when we get out to Copenhagen, like, please pop your head round at the show, come say hi, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you so much. I'd be so happy to.
It'll be a pleasure, man. Jack will sort it out. The guy who's speaking on the phone, he'll put it together. So,
thank you so much. And thank you for your time and for the deep answers. And for Hidden Agenda.
Yes, we'll have to try and talk that tune when I come over now, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Take care, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Alright, you too. Bye.
Take care, man. See you later, bro. Thank you, man.
Bye.